Hi everyone, in today's Watch Me Work video, I will be doing a full manicure, a dry manicure, and we'll be using this beautiful color by Revlon, ColorStay. And this one is called, here, Heartbreaker. So it's like a dark red, it has tiny bit of purple shimmer in it, barely visible. It's not visible on nail, but it's really, really nice. Okay. So this is this client's first manicure. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna even out the nails. The thumbs are a little bit shorter. Okay, so when the thumbs are a little bit shorter, I usually don't make them all as short because you don't really see it. I see that the thumbs are a little bit splitting. Were they splitting or just, yeah, peeling a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so when that happens, then I recommend sometimes using a hardener. You know what? No, they're actually quite hard. So what I would recommend, because sometimes, usually, splitting like that indicates flexible nails, but they're not flexible. They're actually quite hard. So just using oil, a lot of oil, and we'll see how that goes. Sometimes nail polish actually helps too. So what kind of shape are we gonna do? Kind of an oval, natural shape? Yeah. So when it comes to shaping and establishing the length, I don't only look at the white part, which is the free edge, I look at the whole nail. So the whole nail kind of matches. This one is still a little bit long, but especially when the nails are polished, you won't be able to see the white. to. Okay, now I see that this one is still a little bit too round. I'm just pushing back the proximal nail fold, which gets confused with cuticle. But now you can see the proximal nail fold is pushed back, which exposes the cuticle. There's two pieces of skin. One is a living skin, which is the proximal nail fold, and the other one is cuticle, which is in between the proximal nail fold and the nail plate. So removing cuticle is necessary, but cutting the proximal nail fold is not a good idea because it just grows back thicker and stronger because the skin is trying to protect itself. So now you can see that so I don't really put a lot of pressure. I try to separate the two skins. So now this is cuticle that needs to be removed. And what happens is when people don't push back the skin gently, often, sometimes it gets stuck with the nail and it grows with the nail and it stretches. And then people call that an overgrown cuticle, but it's not an overgrown cuticle, it's a stretched proximal nail fold. I like doing dry manicures because I can see what I'm doing when there is water involved. That sometimes hides a lot. But if you like doing traditional manicures, that's okay too. I like using Blue Cross for regular manicures, for traditional manicures. I'm going to snip this area, this little skin that's sticking up. And this one I see. Oh, I'm gonna get it later. Okay, so I'm going to use a medium bit. And this is gonna be done very, very slowly and very gently on a very low speed. This is a nice tool to get into those little corners. And now I'm really parallel with the nail. Go around, and that's it. Just gonna level the free edge, and that's it. So make sure that you're barely touching the nail because you don't want to file the nail. You want to grab the skin. We don't want to be removing layers from the nail. That's why you have to be nice and flat. You can't go like this, you have to go flat. Sometimes pieces of hard skin here, and usually I can get it with the bit here, which is great. The less cutting, the better. get to this little piece by just doing this. Perfect. So I'm going to use a buffer block. This is 320 grit. I'm gonna make it a little bit softer. Just go over the cuticle area a little bit and just remove the shine slightly. You don't want to be removing layers. And I also use this to smooth the free edge as well. Okay, so now I'm going to use prep to clean the nails, and I wait with the oil and cream application until the end of the manicure because I can just see better, I can polish better when the nail is nice and clean. But I mean, that's a personal preference, so whatever works for you. I make sure that I get into the side walls and underneath the free edge. Okay, make sure you clean off the brush. It's not dripping. one side completely. Tiny amount of, well, small amount of polish. First coat is going to be thinner. This polish does not require a base coat. I'm gonna clean this off because it's gonna bother me. The new brushes on these are amazing, I have to say. A good brush makes a huge difference. It's like one of the most important things. I'm gonna clean up the rest with the acetone. Gonna try to wrap the fringe nicely. I'm gonna give them just another minute to dry. I'm gonna roll the polish again. When the polish is applied without a base coat, it dries like that first coat. It dries very, very quickly. I find, especially when it's applied thinner. last. Just hold it like this. Okay, hold it like this. Now I'm going to clean up the edges. So with pure acetone and a brush. These colors are usually quite difficult to clean up, so I try to do a good job polishing. They tend to stain. You can see that this one is already drying. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. I find it's easier to clean up the shape when the polish is dry completely. If I flood the skin, I clean it up right away as much as I can. But just to clean up the edges, I find it's easier to do it when the polish is dry. The thumbs are usually a larger surface, so they tend to dry a little bit slower. I don't know why that is, but I noticed that even with pedicures. Like the little toes dry much quicker than the big toe. You would think it would be the same considering the thickness. It's usually the same, but it's not. So I'm gonna give them another 3 minutes to dry. So I'm gonna give them in total like 5 minutes to dry before I put the top coat. So altogether we have 7 minutes now. Sometimes it's a good idea to let them dry as good as possible because it's better that way. Then the final coat dries better. This way. Okay, we now are going to dry them for another 5 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, so it's been 7 minutes because we started this and this is pretty dry. So nice and shiny. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick spray, quick dry. Here, this one. This is the Sandy. And a cream, and we're done. Okay guys, this is it for today's video. So please let us know if you would like to see any other polishes, and if you do, then I'll try to make it happen, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Bye.